Hello, my name is Joseph Kent. I'm the Director of Education for the National Atomic Testing Museum in Las Vegas, Nevada. Originally from Western Pennsylvania, I graduated with my Bachelor of Arts in History from Ohio Northern University in 2010, and with my Master's of Arts in History with a focus in Public History from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. I first interned with the California Trail Interpretive Center over the summer of 2012, then with the National Atomic Testing Museum in 2013 following my graduation from ULL. This led the museum to offer me their vacant Director of Education position in September of 2013. After 3 years with the National Atomic Testing Museum, I went on to serve as the Director of Education for the National Museum of the Pacific War in Fredericksburg, Texas, then as the program developer and site manager for the Lanier Mansion State Historic Site in Madison, Indiana. I returned to the National Atomic Testing Museum in 2019 and served once again as their Director of Education. The Smithsonian-affiliated National Atomic Testing Museum was established in 2005 by the Nevada Test Site Historical Foundation, a group organized by former Nevada test site workers. We are a national history, science, and educational institution that tells the story of America's nuclear weapons testing program. And we also talk about the current work being done out at the Nevada National Security Site today. As a national museum, we feature some of the rarest artifacts related to the atomic testing program. Now here at the National Atomic Testing Museum, we have a small staff. So as Director of Education, my responsibilities cover a wide range. I schedule and lead our group tours. I plan and organize our wide range of educational events, including our Distinguished Lecture Series and STEM camps. I also supervise and train our large group of interns and volunteers. And I also present in the community at conferences, in the classroom, and at private and public gatherings. I even provide the content for our social media accounts. And of course, I even manage the education department budget. Now here at the National Atomic Testing Museum, as with most museums around the country, COVID-19 had a major impact on how we operated. Instead of being able to offer our Distinguished Lecture Series events or guided tours in person, we began offering those through Zoom and Google Meet. We also increased our presence online and produced new video series, including Truman's Decision Retrospective, the Artifact Showcase features, and the Diversity in STEM podcast. Now the Artifact Showcase is a series that highlights the National Atomic Testing Museum's incredible collection of artifacts. In each episode, one of our staff members or volunteers tells the story about their favorite item on display here at the museum. On the other hand, in our Diversity in STEM podcast, I interview leaders in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to help inspire students and also support their teachers, parents, and guardians. Now, while many of our guests here at the museum know about the Manhattan Project and are familiar with the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, many are surprised to learn that between the years 1951 and 1992, 928 total nuclear weapons were tested just 65 miles northwest of Las Vegas at the Nevada Test Site, which is now known as the Nevada National Security Site. Now, as one of the major battlegrounds of the Cold War, the test site was a massively important government facility. But today, the Nevada National Security Site focuses on national security programs, including subcritical experiments, first responder training, and stockpile stewardship. Now, this is an example of some of the exhibits that we have here at the museum. This is where we start telling our guests about the underground testing that occurred out at the site. Of the 928 total nuclear weapons tested, 828 of them were underground tests. Now this artifact above me is called a decoupler. This held together the massive pipes that were used in horizontal or weapons effects tests out at the site. Now these tests were done to determine the effects of radiation and atomic blasts on military hardware, including tanks and other pieces of equipment. Now, as we walk down this ramp, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the diagnostic testing racks that we have here at the museum. And I'll be sure to show you some images that we have on our panels here at the museum so you can get a better sense of what we discussed and some of the topics covered here at the museum. Now down here, we're going to talk a little bit about the diagnostic testing racks that were used in vertical holes drilled by big hole drilling rigs. Now the diagnostic testing racks would include or hold together the explosive device as well as diagnostic equipment and other pieces of hardware. And these would be buried 800 to 1,200 feet underground. And these are also the experiments that made the craters out at the Nevada test site, making it resemble the moon in many ways. Here it is. This is an example of one of our artifacts at the museum, the diagnostic testing rack. The University of Louisiana at Lafayette played a critical role in preparing me for my current position as Director of Education. In addition to helping me build my research and writing skills, the amazing professors at ULL also gave practical training, teaching me how best to manage programs, how best to engage with audiences, and how to build collaborative relationships with those in the community. Now, one thing I would encourage all of you to do, especially those of you in the public history program, is to seek out internships that really get you out of your comfort zone. My experiences with the National Atomic Testing Museum and also the California Trail Interpretive Center, the internships organized by the faculty at ULL, really helped build off of the academic training I received at my alma mater. Now, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy your time at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette as much as I did. And if you'd like to learn more about our museum, please visit nationalatomictestingmuseum.org. And if you're ever in Las Vegas, be sure to stop by the National Atomic Testing Museum. It's sure to be a blast.